Mod 27 Films presents Commander in Chef. All right, that's enough pomp and circumstance. Here we are. I am the Commander in Chef. Figured I'd play that. I'm the Commander in Chief. You know, it's very similar. But I'm used to walking up to music, so here we go. Well, I'm back for a second episode because the first one had thousands upon thousands of viewers, maybe millions. I don't know. Lots of people watched it, and it made me feel like I should do a second one. So here we are. Okay, we're going to do another episode. This is episode 2. We're going to do a vodka cream sauce. So to get started, we're going to make sure that we have an appropriate temperature in our pan here, and we're going to heat up the pan and get a little bit of EVOO. In case you don't know what that is, it's the oil that we're using. It's pronounced EVOO. So we're putting that back in the pan there and letting that kind of heat up a little bit, and you'll see the pan start to shimmer. The oil kind of glisten. Maybe it'll smoke just a little bit, and that's when you know you should put in your aromatics. Now, I got a lot of fake news last time. People telling me, you know, you put the garlic in and the mushrooms in at the wrong time when you did your filet and you were making your wine sauce. So this time, I'm going to prove to you, I know what I'm doing. That was on purpose. That's just how I chose to do it that time. Always the right way. Whatever I do, it works. But this time, we've got the pan going a little bit. So we're going to get the oil going in here. Our oil goes in. You can hear a nice little simmer there. And we're going to let that get just a little bit aromatic as it kind of heats up. Make sure we control our heat very good here. And we're going to just let that go. And we want that to become kind of fragrant. We don't want it to burn. You never want your garlic to burn because then it becomes bitter. Like a lot of Americans. Bitter just because I'm doing the best job ever. Best in the history of presidents ever. I don't know of another president who's ever had a cooking show. Of course, mine had thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of viewers. So we're here, and we're going to stir that around a little bit. And as that's kind of coming into fragrance, we're going to go ahead and add some vodka. This is a nice vodka. I wouldn't drink it. I don't drink. That's fake news too. You thought you saw me drinking the wine last time. I didn't. I just put it to my lips. I did not swallow. You know, if you don't swallow, it doesn't count. So here we go. I'm going to put some vodka in here. This is, of course, a good Russian vodka. We're good friends with the Russians. Lots of friendships, lots of things going. So we're going to put this in here. And here we go. Put it in there. Stir that around. And then we want to crank the heat up a little bit because we really want to reduce down the vodka. We've got to cook out the alcohol. Because as you know, I don't drink. I've already said that. Said it several times. People keep asking me. So while that's heating up, I just want to kind of talk about a few things, okay? I said that Malbec last time was made here in America, and a lot of people wrote in a lot of fake news saying, hey, Malbec's from France. It's not from the United States. But what I really was saying was it was made available for me here in the United States, and that's how I got to drink some. But I didn't drink it. I just put it to my lip, took a sip. I didn't sip it. I didn't swallow. I just made it look as though I did, because that's what all good cooking hosts do, okay? So I don't want to hear about any more fake news. I don't drink, not a drop. I pretend I'm an actor. I have TV shows. I'm famous. That's how it goes, okay? So you can see here, we're starting to get the vodka steaming, kind of evaporating out all the liquid. The water has to go away so that the vodka flavor can intensify. And then reduces down. And you want to let it reduce down as much as you can before you add any other ingredients because it intensifies the flavor. The smaller it gets, the bigger it is. Some things that are small actually are very good. People say I have small hands. I don't think it's true. Look, they're large. See? If you see them, they're really quite big compared to the rest of my body. So it's okay. We don't take everything seriously. Next thing we're going to add to the pan as it's reducing down is our chicken stock here. Right, we have a little broth. We're going to put it in there. Didn't have time to make my own. Couldn't find a chicken. Chickens all ran away from me. I'm not like that guy from the movies Rocky who could hunt down a chicken. So instead I had to go ahead and use a store-bought broth. And again, we're going to crank the heat all the way up. And what's going to happen is that's going to reduce down, I'd say about by half. Now, vodka cream sauce is what we would consider to be an Italian dish. Now I pronounce it Italian because, well, I'm the one making it, so of course it's all about me. But you know, me-Italian doesn't sound very good. I can't go around saying, hey, I made a me-Italian dish. So I say Italian because it still talks about me. And that's really important because I am the Commander-in-Chief. and I'm the one that's making this dish, and it's important that people know that I'm the one that do that. Okay, so I don't want to hear any more from the fake news talking about how I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to pronounce Italian, because I do. I just said it. Italian. Most of the world pronounces that way. It's only the people in America sometimes don't. So I wanted to tell you why this is reducing down. That I got a few calls after my last show from my good friends, very good friends of mine. Never met them, but they're friends of mine, right? Bobby Flay and Gordon Ramsay both kind of called me up, wanted to congratulate me on such a fine show. They watched it, they shared it, they gave everybody else the opportunity to watch it in their family. They all loved it, of course. And they asked me if they could have some of my recipes. I said, no, you have to buy the recipe book. I'm going to put out a book. I'm going to put out a book. So the rest of the Americans and everybody across the world, it's going to be a book. It's going to be large. It's going to be a huge book. The book is going to be enormous. It's going to, and then the sales will be tremendous. Everybody will read my recipes, and then they'll cook them, and they'll say thank you. Because, you know, not enough people tell me thank you. Oh, of course, they'll give everybody, will blame me for things, but they'll never say thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Donald. I go by Donald sometimes. Close friends. I have a few, couple, well, not many, but they're there. They call me Donald. So we have this reducing down. It's not quite down by half yet, so we're going to let that go a little further. And then you can tell, if you could smell this, it smells tremendous. Although, to be honest, I'm using that word way too often. I say tremendous a tremendous amount of times. So I need to stop. And I'm going to start saying that this smells stupendous. It's stupendous. You know, because it's really flavorful. It smells, aromatics are there. The vodka's reduced, the chicken broth. It's all delightful. And if you have a little extra time and you don't have time to iron and you want to, while you're cooking, you can also just get the wrinkles out of your clothes by using the steam that comes off the dish. You can see the wrinkles are all gone. My jacket had wrinkles, they don't now, because I used the steam from the cooking to reduce all the wrinkles. Too bad it doesn't work on my face, but it won't. Okay, I tried. I burned my face a couple times trying to get the wrinkles out with the steam. It hurts. You don't want to do it. I wouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. Most people in America think they can. They're wrong. I know the truth because I figured it out. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm going to add a little seasoning to this. So of course, I'm going to go with the Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan pink salt is harvested from the top of the Himalayas, the very top of it, and I believe those are the highest mountain ranges in the world, tallest in the world by far. They have to climb all the way to the top, and they get this wonderful pink salt, and they put it in these grinders, and they send it to me. And of course, I'm going to grind some of that and add it in there. Said to be the healthiest because I think it comes from the tallest mountains in the world by far. By far. Okay, and we're going to add a little fresh black pepper. You don't want to over flavor. You just want to put a little bit in there. Very nice. We're going to stir that down. And it reduces. And it reduces. And everything's good. A lot of people have challenged me in fake news saying I don't have a very good education. Maybe like a 4th grade. That's not true. I'm very smart. I'm so smart, in fact, that I can actually make new words up if I needed to. Just like Shakespeare used to write his own words to make his iambic pentameter. That's right, I know that. Iambic pentameter work. He would write his own words. So I'm going to tell you, by the time this is done, it's going to be amazerific. It's a new word I just made up. I'm allowed to do that. I'm the commander-in-chief. Amazing and terrific. It's amazerific. So that's a word you can use. Go ahead, help yourself. Use it all around. It means very good things, just like stupendous, another good word. I know lots of words, and they have multiple syllables. So that has to count for something, okay? So here we go. We've got this reducing down nicely. And as that goes, you stir it to help kind of let some of that water escape and intensify the flavor. So if you could come over here, camera person. I'm not sure which way you want to be called, but here we go. All right, if you come in and take a little look, you can see that it's reducing down. We have the garlic kind of going with the Himalayan salt and the vodka and the chicken broth. And it's coming down. It's going to. It's all going to window down to a more intense flavor. You know, at one point it was up, now it's down. But I believe that it'll be up in flavor. And again, by the time we're done, I'm pretty sure it'll be all amazing-rific. So here we go. We're going to add some tomato sauce. I took the label off the can because they didn't want to sponsor me. So, you know, if they don't want to sponsor me, I won't sponsor them. No free placement for their product in my show. All right, so what you do is you add in the tomato sauce slowly so you don't burn yourself again. I've been burned several times. Lots of times I've been burned. People don't know this about me, but I've been burned a lot of times. And I've learned from those lessons. So you put them in there, get as much out as you want. Scrape it out if you need to. It's about 15 ounces of sauce. You can use crushed tomatoes if you don't have people in your house who don't like crushed tomatoes. I do. They don't like it. It doesn't taste good. I'm not going to use them. So I'm going to use tomato sauce. And then once you have that, you want to kind of blend the two together. Swirling motions. Come watch the swirling. So you can see the sauce has been added to there. And I like to swirl to kind of incorporate the reducing liquid into the sauce. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and reduce my heat. You don't want to overcook the sauce. You just want to heat it through and incorporate. And the next part of this, again, reducing. Everything's getting lower. Just like gas prices are really low. So, all things that I have control over. We're going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. And you kind of do a couple of swirls of that around the pan. And you can do a little test. And again, with a nice circular motion, you can come in and you'll notice that the sauce starts to transform in color. It's a good color. Almost kind of an orange with a little bit of white. So it's very important. Those are good colors. I like those colors. Those colors are very good. And what you can do at this point is really lower your heat. And after you have that, I might add just a little bit more heavy whipping cream. Okay. You don't want it to be too cream heavy. And if you come back in here, you'll see the final kind of look of the pasta sauce has transformed. And there you have a very simple, very easy, but very tasty. It's amazorific. It's going to be a stupendous sauce. And you can take that sauce and you can put it on a pasta, whatever you want to put it on. We're going to put it on a 3-cheese tortellini, which will cook and we'll add to the sauce because then it soaks up the sauce and you get a little bit of the starch. And it's fantastic. It's stupendous. But for now, I'm going to go. This was Commander and Chef, and I look forward to seeing you on our 3rd episode. Bye.